So good morning. Next topic we are going to discuss today is arrays. So to do many tasks in programming, we require this array concept. So what is array is a group of homogeneous elements is called as the array. And here we are going to store one or more dimension. That is, we're going to store data in single dimensional array, or we're going to store in two dimensional, or more than Java support three dimensional also. Multi-dimensional arrays also we can able to create. Every you know already in every element in Java associated with the index, arrays offers a convenient means of grouping related information. So basically, but declaration is somewhat different from C programming language. How we are going to declare an array is, so this is the basic the syntax we need to follow. Int of age, here age is the array name, is equal to new int of 5. So simply when just C programming language we write a int age of 5, but here it is not possible. We need to clearly specify what is the destination, what kind of element you are going to create. What we are specifying is array is name is age, it's of int type, and here by using new operator for the age array we are allocating memory of 5 memory locations. This is the meaning of this particular statement. So as of every index is starting with the 0. Here we starts index with 0. That's why 0 1 2 3 4. So every element can be referred like age of 0, age of 1, age of 2. It's already known. So let's, by writing a simple program, let us understand this particular declaration, how we can write a simple Java program for this particular one. Let us see. Now, for example, here I am creating same array int age of is equal to int of new int of 5. So now what happens is array age will be created with 5 integer locations and memory will be allocated. Now simply what we are doing is, with the help of the for loop, we try to print that particular array. What are the default values? Let us check what are the default values will be there in this particular array. And let us print system.out.println and print a particular array age of I. Now here I have a simple array is there. Let us compile this program and execute. So sorry, I have forgot to write a simple statement here, public static. So how we can compile a program without main method? So now program is successfully compiled. See here, it is giving me 0. So I already told that if it is integer variable, the default values is going to store the zeros. That's why here each and every age array location is going to store the array value. So this is how we can going to create a simple array and print the values in array. Now we try to assign some values. Then after that we're sorry, wait for one moment. We do some modifications here and try to how we can store some values into array and print that particular values. So what we can do is simply we write like this, and here I am assigning age of I is equal to I. What is the I value? That value going to store in that, and then I am printing that particular array. Now see, it's showing me 0 1 2 3 4. So now this is how we are going to store the values in arrays. Let us write some different program. Let us calculate the sum of these all array elements, and let's print that sum. Otherwise we can try to calculate average also into sum comma average. So let us calculate sum is equal to sum plus I. So now after this, now we are written sum is equal to average by sum by 5. So let us print that particular one. System dot out dot println of average. So this is how we are calculate the sum of the array elements and printing the average. So it's showing two errors. Sum is equal to sum plus I. Variable sum must not be initialized. So initially it is not having any value. That's why put sum is equal to 0. So now let us, now it is showing average. So sum of the, what are the elements I have? 1 2 3, 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 4, 7, 7 plus 7, 7 plus 5, 12, 12 by 5. How much it is at 5 2 5 2s are 10, 5 3s are 15. That's why 2 point something it will come. That's why it's giving my average as the 2 only. So this is how I calculated the average. So this is how we can try the programs. So next topic is, so this is the only way we can create the array. There are no other ways. There is alternate ways also there. So that way also I can show you. So how this simple program itself we can do in a different manner. Rather than assigning the values like this, we will directly by initialization itself we can create, rather than having new int of I. Sometimes we need to create an array like this. So 0 comma 1 comma 0 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. Now I create an array with the 5 elements. So this method is called as creating array directly initializing the values. So let us compile the program. There are no errors. So by initializing the values also we can create array. The same program. So I modify here. Our values are directly assigned. So this is called as creating array by using initialization of values. This is also. So in single dimensional model, there are two methods. One is with the help of new, and second one is with the help of this particular direct initialization of values. So by using these two methods, we can create the arrays. So let us move to the next topics. Next topic, that's what I just discussed with you. This is also my way how we can create a array initialization concept. So how to calculate average. So this program also so if you want to create a double array, what you can simply do is you can do double nums of, just change the data type, whatever data type you want, you require that you can mention that particular data type only. So these things we discussed just now. Let us move to the next concept of how to create multi-dimensional arrays. So what is meant by multi-dimensional arrays? If you want to create a matrix kind of model, that is two-dimensional, we have rows and columns will be there. How to create that kind of two thing is very simple. Write like this into so this also I can explain with the program, then you can the syntax is this. So this is the basic syntax we need to follow for creating a two-dimensional array. So let us see a small program, then you can better understand how to write a program for this particular one. Now same program, what we can, not same program, change it. Here we going to some M1 matrix. So we're going to store the values into matrix. So here I required two-dimensional matrix is two-dimensional. That's why I written new. Now I required a matrix of size 3 comma 4. So for this we need to store the values. So to store these values, what we can do? So we require two indexes. One is for the row and the second one is for columns. So the number of rows is so I less than 4, and so for int j equal to 0, j less than 5, j plus plus. For this particular matrix M1 of I comma j is equal to, let us store I value only. or you can store I into j value. So like this I am storing the values, and simply by using the same for loop we can print the values in this particular whatever the array we have. So now what we done is we simply created a multi-dimensional array with 3 rows and 4 columns. So for that I am storing the data with the help of the two for loops. So first for loop is indicating the rows and second for loop is indicating the column. And here I am assigning the values. How I am making index m1 of I of j is equal to. So I am storing the some value here randomly and simply printing that particular matrix with the help of this particular for loop. Let us compile the program. So it is showing one error end of the parsing, that is maybe I have. So here I opened two for loops and not close. Here also I opened two for loops, closed one for loop only. That's why it's causing the errors. So you learn the programming when you can do by your own hands only. So don't mug up the program. Programs are need to be written only. Then only you can find the errors very easily and you get practice. Now if I compile, execute the program, it is showing me array index out of bound exception. Why it is showing me array index of bounds exception is here. Sorry. 3 means I need to mention I less than 3 only. Why I need to, why, sorry, here the condition what I made small mistake is starting from 0 0 1 2 already 3 rows, again 4 means 0 1 2 3 4, so that's why it is causing the error. So whenever you are going out of your array, to generate an exception called as array index out of bound. So that particular mistake I can show you while so now program is successfully compiled. Now we try to execute this particular program. Then see this. So this is the output of the program. Initially what is happened is for the first row what is happened, I am perform multiplication with the I into j. I is value 0, j value is what are the value? So for all the values 0 0 only. After that it is giving the values 1 2 1 2 3. So after that so like this I am able to create a simple array. So this is how we are going to create a two-dimensional array. So let us see the slides, the remaining concept. So we just seen this, and so basically in Java, we're going to create a multi-dimensional array like this. Every row is like a single dimensional array. Every row is like a single dimensional array. Internally, it is like a single dimensional array is going to be. This program itself we have discussed. And next, sometimes you need to create a different kind of multi-dimensional array. For example, if you need to create this kind of multi-dimensional, is it possible to create this kind of multi-dimensional? That is, first row is contains only one element, second row contains two elements, third row three elements, fourth row. This kind of multi-dimensional, how we need to create is, for that we need to change our declaration. How we can change our declaration is very simple. See this. Here I mentioned into 2d of is equal to new int of 4. So I mentioned number of rows only. Here what we can fix is number of, we have 4 rows, but we are not fixing the number of columns. Number of columns there, that's why here a column is made as empty. After that, see this, what I am doing is 2d of 0. What is meant by 2d of 0 is first row. 2d of 0 is meant, 2d of 0 means 2d of 0 means it is nothing but the first row. So first row, how many columns we need? One column. That's why I mentioned 2d of 0 is equal to new int of 1. Again in the second row, how many rows need? Columns we need two columns. That's why 2d of 1 is equal to new into 2. 2d of 2 is equal to new int of 3, and 2d third row contains 4 and that's why 2d of 3 is equal to new. So like this we can, so in Java this kind of a multi-dimensional array we can very easily create it by using this kind of a definition. So let us, for this we can, this is the program, let us try that particular program also, then you can better understand how to create such kind of a arrays. So what kind of array we need? We need, for example, three rows only we need. So how many columns we doesn't know. How we can create that kind of a declaration, how we can make a declaration is simple. Here we know m1 of 0, that is m1 of 0 means first row. First 0, how many columns we need? One column, so int of 1. And for second row, how many columns we need? We need, for example, 2. So new int of, so we need 2 elements. So m1 of 2, so how many elements you require? In the third row, how many are required? You require new int of 3. So this is how we can create a simple one. Now we can try to store the values in this particular array. Then we can print the values. So how we can create this kind of very simple is, here we don't know the number of columns. So columns are increased. That's why we, rather than putting the thing, we put j is equal to I plus 1. Each and every time it is going to be incremented. So here we can simply, so this statement is enough. Here also we need to change here. So j equal to I plus 1. So I think this program automatically, now we can just compile the program and we check for the errors. So now, so automatic we have created an array. So this is how we can create a multi-dimensional array according to our requirement also. That is, you cannot fix the number of columns. Columns can be anything. First row contain one column, second row, like this we can also create. So by this we can completed our arrays concept. One more simple concept is left, that is basically how we can create a multi-dimensional arrays. So multi-dimensional arrays are also can be created by using concept of initialization. So each and every, let us see this particular program, then you can understand. So previously by using the curly braces we create the single dimensional array. Now within a single dimensional, within this particular curly braces, this particular, again the curly brace is representing the first row, and this again second curly brace is second row, third row, like this we can create the multi-dimensional arrays by using initialization concept also. So arrays can be declared in an alternate way also. That is, normally we are writing like this: int al is equal to new int of 3. It's an old declaration, but it can be also changed as int of. So this particular square bracket can be moved here also. Int of a2 is equal to new int of 3 also. This is also, so both these two are equivalent. There is no problem with this kind of a declaration. So the, again see this. Here I have a character array. So this particular character array is also similar, this kind of like these two square brackets we can move to here the data type also. So this is the alternate declaration of array. These are the second method how we can declare arrays. So see here, normally this is when it is useful is, normally to create three integer arrays we write like this: int nums of nums 2 of nums. Rather than writing like that, we can simply do that. Just move these three square brackets as single square bracket, move here int of, int square bracket is equal to nums comma nums 2. So this is very useful, we can create the arrays. So by this we completed our arrays concept. Thank you very much.